This podcast is sponsored by our SA Rock and Metal Fans Facebook page.
Strap yourself in,
because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
Rick.
Check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Step closer to your mic, man.
Hold up.
Maybe the recording will
like,
come out good. I don't know, but fuck it.
I'm gonna be like here. Is that good?
That's sweet. That's a sweet spot right there.
Right there? Okay, hold up. I need to get in position though because I've got my drink and I've got to turn my phone on silent. Wait. Are we going already? Is this?
Fuck it. I didn't ever stop recording.
Oh my god. Trev, how are you? Man,
Okay, now what a way to start a fucking chat. Yeah, I was
Okay, I'm in the sweet spot. I'm waiting for you.
okay. Sounds like a fucking porno shoot, bro. All right. Okay, so
That's what it was.
It's a ride the speaker. So in case people are wondering, here we go. There's the jack opening.
I'm gonna do a flex as well, man.
Oh,
Because I know a lot of people don't have alcohol, so this is the equivalent of like in a hip hop music video when you just like flinging cash around. You know, just listen to this.
oh, that was like a shot to the gonads.
Right?
Oh, that is a porno shoot. It's a alcohol porno shoot.
Right on, man. Oh yeah. So now I've got a glass of whiskey and a glass of wine.
Oh,
Because it's a special occasion.
Strangest fucking thing, because I just finished my glass of wine, having dinner with the missus, and now I'm drinking a gentleman jack.
Very nice. I'm not sure if this is something I should ask you on a podcast, but
You can ask me anything you want, man. This is a fucking adult podcast. You can ask me whatever the fuck you. You can say motherfucker, shit, fuck,
All right.
whatever. You can even
Cool.
say cunt if you want to, but entirely up to you.
well, I mainly just didn't want to incriminate you, in case Becky Clele is a fan of your show.
Incriminate me all the fuck you want. I've got nothing to hide anymore, man. I'm fucking
Okay.
done trying to be PC.
Well, did you bootleg your wine? Did you like hide it in?
No. We see,
Yeah?
this is the thing. We do have contacts for gin in our town, and that's all I'm gonna say. But why? No, we were actually. You see, we were away on holiday, and we went to we went to Montague Gardens, to the springs, the hot springs, and
Right.
to the bars.
Uh-huh.
And around there's a whole bunch of wineries and whatever else. And prior to that, we were away and everything like that. And there's wineries around us. And we said, well, fuck it. You just don't know. So we went to on a way. Stock up, exactly. Because we burnt ourselves the first time that fucker put us in lockdown. And
Right on.
we had nothing. And we were scraping the bottom of the barrel. At least we had a barrel to scrape the shit out of. And
Did you
then-
make any homemade pineapple moonshine? At the
No,
time?
no.
Everyone got into that.
No. No, we didn't go that far, and I'll tell you why. Is because my brother said, here's a classic cider recipe, and I was like, classic what? Fucking to diabetes, a shortcut. No, thank you. And it was like,
Blindness.
dude, it was like 6 bags of fucking sugar, and it's like, I'm just going, I have sugar in nothing. I'm a fat fuck as it is, man. I don't need to have fucking sugar to like increase my chances of death prematurely. No, thank you very much. So in any case, so we're on a holiday, and on our way back home, we went through Robertson. Robertson's got like Springfield, Van Leeuwen. Hey, Springfield, Van Leeuwen, if you want to sponsor the podcast, you know what to do. And you got to do what you got to do, right? Fuck it. And and we stopped off and we bought like a couple of bottles of this, that, and the other Van Leeuwen, and they had a special on, you buy 6, you get 6 free. Shit like that you never come by. And so we stocked up, and I'm looking at the. Let's have a look here. I got one. Oh fuck! It's not that.
You're gonna flex now. I can see. There's a big flex coming from Trev right now.
I'm flexing the neck, and thank fuck the wife is not here, but she'll be going, it's not gonna last. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 bottles of wine, red and white,
man.
and the majority of them are really expensive. So We've
Man, you
already
better make
had-
sure that your address is not visible anywhere online because you're going to have some
Can
people
you
like
imagine?
kicking your door down.
It
soon,
might
man.
even come to that, man. People might start sort of ransacking houses to get alcohol, you know.
Well, you saw what happened last time with the people just ripping open the bottle stores and just helping themselves, you know. People will find a way.
They will find, it's like water.
so-
They'll find a way.
They will find a way to get to that good stuff.
Oh, shit. But yes, to you, man. Cheers.
Cheers to you, Trev. Thank you so much for showing an interest, man. Like, this is the first interview I've done surrounding anything to do with this project of mine. So it's pretty auspicious, and I feel really honored to be on your show. And I got to say, man, I've listened to a couple of your podcasts, and like they're excellent. They're always good fun. I laughed my ass off listening to Art Pereira on your previous
he's
one.
So fucking funny, man. Oh Jesus! The funny thing, I was listening to that to that podcast the other day, and from the word go, I just laughed. I was like, I mean, even though I knew it's that has to be the one. I don't ever listen back to my podcast because it freaks me out. I hate hearing my voice, but that one I will listen to because Art is truly fucking funny.
Yeah, he's like a local. He's like our version of Bill Burr in a way, and the guy, he really is, and he really, you can take a lesson from him about authenticity because you don't get 70% art. It's like low fat diet art. You don't get those versions. There's only the full strength.
Yeah,
that's the only thing available. It's amazing.
The Witblits of Cape Town. Yeah,
Shout out to Art, man. Love you,
absolutely.
dude.
And he designed my new logo. The thing is, I had a guy in the UK that was supposed to design a logo for me, and we talked about it and stuff like that. And he was going through a hard time in the UK, not finding work, and he's a graphic designer. I said, well, dude, I make next to nothing from my podcast, and shout out to RSA Rock and Metal Fans Facebook page for sponsoring these podcasts. And whatever money that they gave me to keep these podcasts moving along, I say, well, I'll give it to you if you design me a logo. I know it's it's not a lot of money, but I'd rather give it to you and design something for me. And he kind of went off the scene. It kind of disappeared. He never got back to me, and I'm not really about that. But be that as it may, David Owens is also a very good friend of mine, and obviously the whole lithium connection between my brother and him and everything like that. And I was like, Dave does graphic design, and but Dave is just so busy that it's just impossible to sort of tie him down. I can't even get a fucking pod. David, I'm calling you out right now, you motherfucker. I want to fucking
we
podcast
summon you,
with
David.
Yeah, that's it. I'm fucking calling you out right now. Get off your fucking ass and let's do a podcast about lithium, deadbeats, and whatever else you got going on, man. Let's fucking talk. I'm not talking about private shit. Yeah, it's time. It's fucking time, motherfucker. Let's talk. And then and then Art mentioned something, and I was like, no, dude, I've asked David, but David, whenever he's available. And David plays with Art in the Deadbeats band, right? And the cover band. And fuck, we're so digressing now. What a bunch of cunts. and I said, oh, I just said the C word. Oh, sorry. No, fuck. Okay. No, I'm not going to end it. Fuck
the one word.
The one word that you should not say in this world. At least I didn't say to somebody, So whatever.
Swearing is healthy for you. It's really good for you.
So they say.
Yeah, you got to be selective because you don't want to be. It's like eating sugar. You don't want to do it all the time.
Well,
it's like a little treat, You gotta swear. You gotta slip in a cuss word very strategically. I only ever heard my father cuss once in the entire time I knew the guy when he was still alive, and he was talking about a family member who had not made very good business decisions. My dad was, if there was one thing he could do well, it was like money stuff. He was a financial director, actuary, or whatever. And he described this person's approach to business as a fundamental fuck up. There was, and it's funny when he swore, like he couldn't put any kind of venom into it. It was like he could have been reading the news. It's a fundamental fuck up. It's the only time, and it was so powerful, I almost fell over.
Yeah. It was like the whole room just shut up, and it's like, what?
I know. What did you say? Wesley.
It's a fundamental fuck up. Absolutely.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. Actually, I should adopt that, but fuck it, I just swearing is like a natural thing for me. And some of the podcasts I've got to be really, really sort of like, hold back, and sometimes I push the boat out a little bit and see, test the waters. Are we okay to swear with this artist? And some people are full, just like whatever, say whatever the hell you want, and some people are like, no, we don't swear, kind of thing. So it's kind of difficult.
We all know that people buy the albums with the explicit lyrics sticker on it. Come on.
Just for the hope that you'll
what they
hear a
want.
fucking swear word.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Do you remember the first time you heard a song where someone swore in the lyrics?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. Who the fuck is interviewing who here? Seriously, Rick. Honestly, I don't, but I do recall seeing that parental advisory sticker on records, LPs I'm talking about now, and just getting them because they had that sticker on.
Guns N' Roses.
Oh, there
Guns
you
N'
go.
Roses
Absolutely.
was for me, like, I went around to my neighbor's place and he put on, I think it was Appetite.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can do that?
Yeah.
What?
That's a thing?
I was graduating from like Roxette at the time. That's about as heavy as I went back then.
Oof.
Was Roxette.
Wow.
Before that, it was Ace of Base.
Oh, right, that's it. I'm switching this mic off.
Yeah.
Bloody
Look, it all changed. I had a friend, Andrew Whitebread. He's no longer alive. Sadly, he died in a plane accident many years ago. Like
In a plane accident?
Plane accident. It was tragic, man. His dad was a private pilot. They had a small plane. They were coming back from the coast from a holiday, and his dad, his mom, I think their housekeeper and their dog just hit the side of a mountain and were wiped out in one fell swoop.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was crazy, and it was crazy for me to live through that, like at school, where like suddenly, it's like my first taste of proper, mortality. He's gone. He's
It's
gone.
real. It
was my
actually
hero.
happens. Yeah.
Totally. And this guy, like, I remember sitting there. He was, in terms of music, like he started everything, because I was just such a basic bitch before. I listened to just whatever the radio fed me.
Next album, you must call it Basic Bitch.
You got it, man. You got it. But like, and we were sitting there on the edge of the cricket field. He had a Walkman with the tape in it. And he had his like headphones on. I was like, "What you listening to?" And he looked at me. He's like, "Have you ever listened to Nirvana?" And I was like, "Who?" And he shook his head, because he was very patient with me. Like, I was just always 5 steps behind. And he put the headphones on me, and I saw his thumb dial the volume up to max, and hit play, and it
went to 11,
smells like
didn't
Teen
it?
Spirit. That's it. And that was it. Game over. Like, I was just like, this is everything I want from now on. I will not accept musical hand-me-downs. I want bespoke, high-octane shit for my ears.
Yeah.
And nothing else. That's what I want.
Jeez. I mean, what a way to be introduced.
I know. He just like, no lube, nothing. He just went in there.
Yeah.
With smells like
There's
Teen
no
Spirit.
foreplay. There was no like tickling
foreplay.
or nipple crunching. That was it straight in.
It wasn't like, now Rick, listen. Listening to this might cause
fuck you.
eventual nihilism and cause you to question everything. None of that warning. It's just like, here you go.
There you go.
Rang-a-dang, dang, dang, Yeah, that's very good, Trev.
I'm a drummer. What can I say?
We could start an a cappella band, though. Don't you think?
No, definitely not. I'm a singer more than I am an instrumentalist or whatever. Fuck
You sing? You got some nice pipes?
Yeah, I've been known to hold a good couple of notes, and yeah.
If you were to liken yourself to a great vocalist that I would
not
know,
going to happen. No.
No, I mean, don't be falsely modest, Trev. Hit me. Best comparison.
Okay, seriously. We've got a game here at home that we haul out every now and then. It's called SingStar, Sony PlayStation.
Right on.
SingStar.
Love me some SingStar, dude.
Oh, God. Okay. And on there is Nirvana, U2, there's some Joy Division. Yeah, I mean, it's Billy Idol, Bon Jovi. I can hit the notes, and I can hit the high notes, the low notes, and Michael Bublé stuff, and I can sing, dude. I can sing, but you know, I'm not that kind of guy that's the limelight sort of thing. That's yeah. I'd be perfect for a studio band, not a touring band, because that'll be my comfort zone right there.
Of all the times in human history, recent history, now's the time to be a studio guy, because that's all you got in Cape Town, at least.
Well, fuck, no, everywhere, dude. I finished a podcast last night with Guillermo. I always pronounce his name wrong. Guillermo from Angelus. Guillermo from Angelus Apatrida. And he
cool.
was, and he was just saying that everything was so fucked in Spain, and they had to record the album and all this sort of stuff, and how everything is just social media and everything like that. And it is, you've got to adapt, eh? I mean, why would you? I mean, this is a great way to talk about Hindsight, the album from Sundergeist. First, two questions I'm going to ask you is the name Sundergeist and Hindsight. Why? Let's just fucking go there, man.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Okay, so
it's only been about 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah, no, you gotta. This has been a good segue, man. There's no filler, only thriller in this podcast. So Sundergeist is kind of a made-up word that just sounded really great to me, and I came up with it like a long time ago. If you, I mean, everyone knows the word poltergeist, which is the kind of ghost that ruins your day
and your evening,
by like throwing your shit around, and, like leaving the toilet seat up and just doing all those annoying things. We've got a poltergeist that leaves the toilet seat up in our house, and it drives my girlfriend mad. It's bizarre.
Have you named it Rick by any chance?
No comment. Anyway, and to sunder is to sort of rend asunder. You destroy it, or you divide it, or you pull it apart, or pull it down, or you sunder it. So this is effectively the ghost that destroys you, the ghost that pulls you under. And it's sort of the embodiment of my journey of kind of learning that I'm living with depression. This kind of started in 2008. That was a gnarly time where my depression kind of really came to the fore and started threatening my existence. And I realized that I was on this kind of path, and it's really been kind of a strange kind of silent passenger since then, informing me. And so I've decided to just take it and embody it in this band and explore it and look at it from different angles. And then Hindsight was very simply a way of taking old songs, making them new. And because I released it in 2020, I thought it'd be kind of hilarious if I called it Hindsight, because then people can be like, oh, Hindsight 2020, oh lol, it's so funny.
Ruffle Mayo.
Yeah, exactly.
Ruffle Mayo, man, that fucking album just reminds me.
That sounds like a really good condiment, Ruffle Mayo. I'll have that on I'll put some of that on my Doritos.
I'll put that on my gravestone, man. Ruffle Mayo, Hindsight 2020.
That's it. Yeah, so that's kind of where it came from. It's, I don't know, it sounds kind of, it has an industrial feel to the name as well, which I think I'm trying to sort of figure out the genre of this thing. In fact, nowadays when people ask me what genre it is,
exactly what I was going to ask you. What can we call it? What genre is it? Is it electronic, industrial?
It's genre fluid. It's genre fluid, man.
It goes
Don't
everywhere.
assume my genre. Yeah.
It's like my love juice. It just goes everywhere. That's interesting because, Rick, to be honest, when you put that post up in the metal Facebook page, or was it SA Metal, whatever it was called, SA Metal, right? Yeah. And you said, listen to the album. Yeah, I was like, fuck, okay. And I hoid it on, and I immediately went back and I said, I want to talk to you about this, because it is, listening back in it, and I've listened to it repeatedly over and over ever since. It's like a film score. It's like a horror movie. It lends itself well across many genres, including, like I say, film score. It's got metal vibes, it's got rock, it's got grunge, it's got like 9 Inch Nails all over it. It's got so many different vibes going on. I mean, you can't sort of pigeonhole it. You can't put it into one corner. It covers
like
pretty
that.
much a broad spectrum. So, I mean, what
Yeah.
was the thought behind it when you were recording it? Other than depression, which we'll touch on just now, because I went through exactly the same thing. But how did you? How did this sort of like come to be?
Well, so okay, I've recently discovered that I have ADHD as well, and it might be the cause of my depression. I don't know, or it might be something that's exacerbated by my depression.
Okay, so
that's
let
been a
me
recent
stop you there.
revelation.
Okay, sorry, let me stop you there before you carry on. Tell the people what is ADHD.
Okay, attention deficit. Yes.
Okay, I mean, I was just going to say, what does it entail? In depth. kind of thing.
It stands for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and really it's a difficulty finding focus in your tasks.
Right.
The way I describe it is that my mind is like a Formula One racing car. It's really good at going in a straight line. Like, I can race through lots of things when I'm working and stuff like that. But the moment you ask me to change direction or slip to a different track or something like that, I crash, and it's devastating. I can't just deviate around obstacles as easily. It taxes me psychically, and so that's ADHD in a nutshell.
Right.
And and it's interesting looking back at my life through the lens of that revelation, because I remember a long time ago, an employer of mine said to me, you're a jack of all trades. I work in post-production for commercials and TV.
We'll
and things
touch
like
on that.
by the
Yeah,
way.
I've got that lined up too. The shit that you've done, man. Jesus.
Cool. So I was doing like video work, and I was doing a bit of VFX and a bit of editing and a bit of this and that. And he said, you're a jack of all trades, but you're a master of none. And that really screwed me up for a while. I went away and I was sitting there going, you know what? He's right. I got to specialize down. I can't have all these disparate interests. I got to congeal them into one path and just pick one. And actually that was bullshit in hindsight. And if you read the original Shakespeare, I think it's Shakespeare quote, it goes like this, because everyone remembers the first half and they don't remember the second half.
Right.
And the first half is jack of all trades, master of none. The second half goes, though oftentimes better than master of one. And it changes the whole meaning when you know the second half. And I was like, at that point when I found that out, I was like, I want all the flavors. I want to put all the things I love into one place. And if that ends up being weird, then so be it. And that's how the album came to be.
Right, because I mean, it's, I was just trying to, listening back again, I mean, like I said, I've been listening to it ever since we sort of touched base and I got in touch with you and everything like that. And then it sounds like it's something that can be used in a movie, that can describe an emotion, that can describe a feeling, a path that somebody's walking on. I don't know. I'm not very good with describing how it makes me feel, but it just feels like it's like almost like a personalized album that you've created for me. That's the way I perceive it. Is that it feels like I'm walking a path, and it's describing every sort of emotion that I go through each sort of like fork in the road kind of thing.
That's everything I want in life right there. What you just said. That's
yes.
I want to connect with people like that. That is how I want to connect. I want people to feel like I'm reaching through that speaker and putting my tongue in their ear.
Thank fuck you said speaker porn, man. I'm telling you. It could be the next album.
You can get these dildos that you can link up to your phone through an app. And then you can pick your own music, and it vibrates in time with the music. And so what I want to do is I want to get one and then put it up my butt and play my album.
See what happens.
And literally fuck myself with my own music.
Oh, Jesus. He did not know that the voltage in Europe was higher than in America. You want to think, what the
Oh my God.
fuck? Anyway, I digress. What's that movie called again?
Howard Stern's Private Parts?
No, that's one of them. It's a very old movie. It's probably way before your time.
Where they had dildos?
Dude. Top Secret. Val Kilmer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He died with a smile on his face. He did not know the voltage was higher in Europe than in America.
I'm so sorry I didn't get your reference earlier, but that's right, dude. That's hilarious. That's a deep cut, that reference. I love it.
That is fucking. I was thinking about this earlier. I was listening to the albums going, I want to start a different style of podcast. And I was thinking, I should call it a drunken podcast. There's probably somebody out there that does that already. And I was thinking,
aren't we doing that right now?
Yeah, we are. We're forging new ground here and talk to Trev. Yeah. But I was thinking it'd be so epic to do this with a obviously with a webcam or camera or whatever, and film it and get fucking hammered and talk about just whatever. But fucking Jesus, we're digressing terribly. I think I might have ADHD, man. Fucking hell. Okay. All right. Anyway,
it's treatable.
It's called alcohol.
Yes.
So let's take this conversation back like a little bit, right. And you mentioned depression and stuff like that. What brought that on, man?
You know, it's weird. I don't know if I always had it, or if it's something that was triggered by something. It's quite strange, but I just remember it was 2008. I was in Australia at the time. I was living there and I was studying at film school there, and things started getting really weird. My parents were going through a divorce, which was really gnarly to go through from, remotely from a different country, because you can't see people's facial expressions when you talk to them on the phone, and you can't gauge the emotional content of the moment.
Let me just get in there quickly. Yeah. This is one of the reasons why I'm seriously considering doing a video podcast, because when you talk about these sort of things, you can't quantify the emotion other than through vocal. And to see somebody talking about it, the facial expressions, it takes it on a whole new level.
It does. It does. I mean, you can get into a nasty argument with someone very close to you purely because you didn't put a smiley emoji in your thing. Like it's, you got to be so careful in this new virtual realm. But anyway, I was in Australia.
Sorry, carry on, man.
Parents, that's all good. Parents divorce. At film school, working too hard. It was intense. It was an intense course. It was like boot camp for filmmakers. It was crazy. And like I was in a kind of weird relationship, and I was also quite codependent at the time. I wasn't aware of my own codependency issues and stuff. And then like one day I came to, and I was in a graveyard. This is a true story. Like I had no recollection, because I stared like using
physically.
time,
you walked into a graveyard?
No, I had no real memory of how I got there.
Wow.
Like I'd taken a bus. I was in. It was the biggest Bondi Cemetery in Sydney.
Wow.
Massive, beautiful cemetery cascading down these cliffs down towards the sea. And I just spent the whole day like ambling around this cemetery, just looking at graves. And weirdly enough, I even have a photograph of this to prove it, but I found a gravestone. And you must understand that my mental state then was more fragile than it had ever been. I didn't know where I was, what I was going. I was going through a psychotic break. Right. And then I came across a gravestone with my name on it.
Fuck.
Yeah. And I've got a photo to prove this. I can send that through.
Dude.
Yeah, and you can imagine like now you're sitting there going, okay, so I'm a ghost, so I'm dead. That's why I don't remember coming here. It's just like all these things go through your head.
You're in between the two worlds. You're hovering.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad. And then beyond that, like I think a few days later it was my birthday, and I had I got this chest infection, and I had to go to the ER. And I found myself lying in this ER bed hooked up to machines on my birthday going, this is the best birthday present ever, because I have people looking after me here.
Wow.
That's how sad my life was, you know. Like
Jeez.
I just needed so much care, and anyway. So, thankfully, I went to see some therapists. I've seen a few therapists since then. I've been on some meds. I've obviously tried to, do all the right things, exercise and sleep properly and eat well and all of those good things, and it all helps. And yeah, it's been a journey, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, is hindsight born from that?
I would say around that time I was certainly tinkering with some of the songs. The songs you hear on Hindsight have been distilled through about 15 years of my life, filtered from one form to another until they finally crystallized into the current state that they are in, their final form, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, when you hear a background of an album, how it came to sort of be and what the behind the scenes story is, kind of like a movie, the behind the scenes, the making of. Yeah. You kind of get like a more deep appreciation for what's gone into it and the outcome of it. And yeah, dude, I love that fucking album, Hindsight.
Thanks, man.
Just like I said, man, it grabs me. Like, yeah, that's just fucking beautiful. You talented
Sweet, dude.
fucker, you.
Ah, thanks, man. Thank you, mate. And listen, look, I mean,
Yeah.
I want to strike while the iron's hot, man. Like that album is just the beginning. I've got a whole pile of other stuff that I've been writing for years and years and years. That needs to go. It's ready to be put into song form. Like,
That's a great segue. That's a great segue
yeah.
because one of the questions that I'd written down to myself was like, so what's next?
Oh, okay. And so next, I decided this album was really hectic, man. Like I had to learn how to mix and master. I did everything myself. I had to do all the artwork. It just was a huge laborious task last year. And so I decided to treat myself this year to some one-off collaborations. Which I love the idea because I've kind of headhunted a couple of really amazing artists that I have immense respect for, that I'm in awe of the way they do stuff. And I'd love to just attach myself to them like a little freaky barnacle and do something with them, whether it's me featuring on their song as a guest, something, or whether we've split the duties, or whether I write a whole thing and they just drop in and play a little noodly solo on top. I don't know.
Is this a purely a studio thing? It's not going to be like a band thing, touring and live. Well, we can't play live anyway, but I mean that kind of thing. Is it strictly studio stuff?
That is an excellent question. I'm so glad you asked that, man. So obviously with COVID-19, forming a band during 2020 was impossible, and it was just not realistic to kind of look at. But when it becomes safe to kind of get in a room with a bunch of dudes and spit lyrics at each other in an sort of aerated space, then I will form a band. I've been looking at a couple of people that I think would be a very good fit for this project, and I also wanted to put the album out to see which musicians that I know would get excited about it, and where I could sort of kind of already see, like they're responding to this music, and that's the kind of person I would like to put in the live band environment and see what happens next.
Well,
definitely.
I was just going to say, if you are looking for collaborations and stuff like that, my brother, who plays bass in many bands and is more than...
I know your brother. Can I tell you a story about the night I met your brother?
Oh, go on. That's I'm pouring myself another one. Fucking hell. There we go. There we go. Go on.
I mean, it's so weird, man. It's like such a small world. So I was living in Kenilworth, and I was at Banana Jam Cafe with some friends. And Banana Jam, good place. And they got some killer rum there.
Oh, yeah.
And my friend Dan Manolovich was there. You know Dan, right?
I fucking love Dan. Hey, Dan.
Yeah, he's the best.
Hell, man.
He's
what a
the
legend.
best.
I knew him
Shout
when
out
he
to
was in
Dan.
the band in Reaper's Cross.
Right?
Jeez.
Yeah. In fact, here's another weird little factoid, just a side fact. the weird bassy kind of synthy majigger thing in Pandemonium.
Yeah.
That is a bass pedal that he got for me. He sourced for me. He
There
like
you
found
go.
this
You
crazy
see, what a
bass.
small world, man. Dan, fucking hell. What a talented
So I just-
musician. Wow.
Yeah, he's amazing, and he's been something of a mentor to me in kind of the earlier years of me writing stuff, because he had such a compromising and beautiful holistic understanding of how to mix and how to put songs together, you know. And I really learned a lot from him in those years.
And
But
he's such a
anyway, so
nice
we're-
guy. He really is
Yeah,
such
he's
a
a good
nice
guy.
guy.
He's a funny, dirty bastard, but a lovely dirty bastard.
A lovely
We have
dirty
the most
bastard. Yeah.
disgusting conversations, but purely for mirth, you know, for the purpose of mirth.
People are
So we're sitting there.
People are listening to this
paying our
going,
bill.
"What the fuck are these guys
I
talking
know.
about?" Only you and I. That is anybody that has ever met Dan will understand exactly what we're saying.
Yeah, probably shouldn't pull up like our WhatsApp conversation. Anyway, so we're sitting, we paid our bill, and we're like, okay, we're gonna bounce. And Dan is like, hang on, like my friend Paul he wants to join us, and he's on his way, and like, where are we going? So I said, well, we're going back to my place. There's a cool little garden spot with a braai area. So just tell him, give him the map pin, and he'll join us.
Right.
So in pulls Paul, and Paul he's ready for anything.
Yeah.
You know, this is when I learned this is.
And he's intense as well.
Yeah,
He's
but like,
he's got those eyes that are like, okay, I'm sussing you out. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, man.
yeah, and he pulls in. But what I love about him, this is when I learned that, you know, this man is really ready if the apocalypse happens.
Yeah,
you want him on your
he-
team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and
Because he's
he's
Yeah.
running.
Sorry,
He's
you
running
carry
now. He goes out fucking running like every morning. He goes
Okay.
out. What a fucking nut job. And he goes, I know.
there you go, adding the fitness. But he comes in, he pulls in, and he pulls out, and he was on his way somewhere. I don't know where he was going, but he pulls out this massive cooler box full of this. I think it was like Superbock beer or something. I don't know. He's got refined tastes in beer. It was some, you know, I was drinking like only black labels.
Oh,
I don't know about like weird new beers. And there's this fucking, you know, he's got a car bar ready to go, and he just rolls it up. We're all just drinking in the garden.
That's the guy you want on your side. The guy that's got a car bar.
Legend, amazing. You know, and that's how I met him. It was so cool. And like every time I bump into him at a show, you know, I am so delighted to see that man.
Well, I was just gonna say, well, you know, get him on your album, and he'll fucking just turn up and say whatever.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, and I'll throw in some vocals. How's that, man?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Collab.
A
Paul, if
collab
you're
of
listening.
some fucking jazz vocals over industrial weird film scores. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I've been talking to some cool people, man. You interviewed Robin.
Yes,
Ferguson.
Robin Ferguson. Yeah. God, what a
Yeah,
guitarist.
yeah, she's great. Like, I want to do a thing with her. You know, we've been kind of playing around with some ideas, and there's two guys who just started up a thing called Mutable. I don't know if you.
I don't know them. Okay.
That thing. I'm going to send you a link to some of the hottest, most face-melting industrial electro metal nonsense you've ever heard.
Fuck
in your life.
yes.
And
Awesome.
it's super cool, and these guys they're just two really excitable young men, and I can say that because I'm pushing 40, and they
I'm pushing 50. Fuck off.
yes, my elder, and they you know, they're just so keen to do a crossover thing, you know, and I'm just like, let's play, guys.
That's
Come
what it's
on.
all about, particularly during these times. It's reaching out to folk and trying different things and breaking ground, man. And that's
100%,
important because it keeps everything fresh and keeps it clean, and everybody gets excited about a genre, and who knows where it may lead to. You know, you just don't know. So give it a go. Fuck. Awesome.
It doesn't always work, you know. That's the thing. Like, everyone collaborates differently, and certain dynamics just don't work. So I'm willing to bet that like some of the collabs that I throw a line into the water, I'm not going to catch anything, just because
no.
we can't see eye to eye or whatever, and that's
Yeah.
fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
But,
But at least
I
you
try not to
tried.
be precious. Yeah.
That's the thing. At least you try. At least you go out and give it a go. And it doesn't work, who cares? Somebody out there's going to enjoy it. So, and you're doing it. You're not doing it to please everybody, because fuck that. Because you know that just doesn't happen. You're doing it to please yourself and to try things. And that's how you found new ground, is by trying
That's
new
it.
things.
That's it, dude. you know, if you go out there trying to shoehorn yourself into an avenue that will appeal to the metalcore people, and you don't deviate from that because you want to be like classic metalcore, you know, fine. Some people do that well, but like I find that really restrictive. I'd rather just be weird, and if you think it's great, someone else out there will think it's great.
Exactly.
Unless you're really shit at what you do, in which case you'll be the only person that thinks it's great, and you shouldn't do it.
Unless you really should. This is the word from Rick. Unless you really should.
Thanks for coming to my TED
Don't
Talk.
do it.
If you're shit,
Don't.
you should just forget about it and just go back to your day job.
Don't give up your day job. Listen to Rick. Be like Rick.
No, don't listen to me.
Carl.
That's awful. Carl. Was that a Walking Dead
Yes, it
reference
was,
right there?
yeah.
Oh my God, Carl!
Carl.
How does a Jew make tea, Carl? Oh, Dad, please don't, Dad. He brews it.
And the funny thing is, my wife is part Jewish.
Well, make sure she
fucking
listens to my
cracks me
Walking
up.
Dad joke. The Walking Dad.
Oh, fuck. You got to
Oh, my
laugh,
God.
don't you?
How far are you in that show?
Oh, I'm done. Finished. I'm
Are you
waiting.
okay? Don't say anything, man. I'm a few seasons behind.
He dies.
It's never
Or
ending.
does he?
I'm just like, I'm so over it. Like, why couldn't they just squeeze it into 6 seasons? Oh my God, like it doesn't need to go on this long.
Yeah,
They have
you-
to close the circle.
You know, that's the thing, you know. Up to where are you?
Oh man. Okay, everybody. Spoiler alert. Potential spoiler alert. I'm on like
Switch off
season
now.
8 or 9. Negan. There's Negan shit going on. There was a
Negan
fucking
shit is-
tiger, and
okay,
and
right.
Coral
Yeah.
is no more.
Yes. Okay. So you're close towards the end, or to where they are.
Thank
You
God.
haven't got to the whispers yet,
Oh no, I don't know if I can do it.
or the whisperers, or whatever they're fucking called.
Too much good TV.
Yeah. No. Look,
No
it's you know, during these times, it's amazing how much more TV and more shit you watch to sort of like occupy time, which is kind of sad, really. Actually.
You know, we are living in the second golden age of television. Television has superseded cinema in so many ways. You know, what a time to be alive. How can we not be watching TV? There's just so much good shit out there.
I think you're right though, because you know, if you think about it in terms of going out and spending that amount of money to watch a movie, and 3 or 4 months later it's on Netflix or wherever, or you can fucking download it the same day it gets released.
Yeah.
You know.
Look, there's something to be said about going to a cinema. It's kind of the closest thing I have to a church, in a way, where you go watch the spectacle, and like I love it. I love going to a cinema. Although I will say that I find it hard in this country because there will always be some twat that
There's always a twat.
that just can't that not only can't switch their phone off, but have to have a conversation on it mid-film, and I'm just like, and I've actually started doing this new thing where I'll go into their row and sit on the chair in front of their view of the screen now, and try and just quietly try and sort of listen in on their conversation. And people think I'm insane, but but eventually I'm just like, you do understand this is my fucking holy place.
Yeah.
And you are an
A
unholy
dick.
presence. Yeah. So will you shut your fucking thing off?
You should get in touch with Paul and Sonia Blom, man, from Terminator.
Oh, Sonia, yeah.
Dude,
I know Sonia,
you
she's
collab
terrific.
with them beautifully.
Yeah. It
Because,
was
I mean,
actually,
that's-
it's funny. Paul offered me a guitarist gig like a while back.
Oh, okay.
It was when I was quite inundated with band stuff with Last One Alive and Atlantic South, and I just
Right, I was just going to ask about Atlantic South, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah, and so I had to turn him down, sadly. But yeah, man, like I've been really loving the kind of evolution of Terminatrix recently with the kind of strange electro dubstep grime house.
But
remix
Sonia's
stuff
doing
that's
her
been
own
going on.
stuff as well, which is very, very cool.
Yes, with Noreen. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. there's the sort of vocal. Man,
Yeah.
it's like Isabel.
Yes,
Isabel?
that's it. That's it.
That's
yeah,
what it's
Isabel,
called. Yeah, Isabel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Brilliant.
cool. Like just chanty, sort of earthy, earth mother stuff.
Yes, very, very good. But let's talk about Atlantic South, because obviously I know Gareth and
Yeah.
I know Gareth. but
Charlie.
I just forgotten his fucking band that he's in. Ill System.
Oh, Ill System. Yeah.
That's the
man.
booze, people. That's what happens when you drink. Atlantic South, and I remember having a conversation with Ramon and talking about Ill System, and he mentioned Atlantic South and Gareth and so on. And Gareth has obviously got his own podcast, but he hasn't done his podcast for a while, so I'm not sure what he's what he's up to, if he's sort of reimagining the podcast scenario. But Atlantic South, what's happening there?
Well, firstly, I can tell you that Gareth actually has just been renovating his house.
Yes, I've been watching that on the Book of the Face. Yeah.
Yeah, he's had massive disruption to his living space, but he sent me a great picture the other day of the way he's set up the studio again for sort of some fresh podcasts. And
Nice.
It looks like that's about to get rolling again,
Yes.
so that's very exciting.
That makes me very
and
happy. Yeah.
He's pumped. Yeah. Papa G, man.
Papa
Shout
G's
out.
house,
And-
man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
People don't know it, go and fucking find it. Papa G. I'll link it up in the description below. Fucking hell, you got to
Yeah,
go
man.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a good man, Trev. I love it. Like this is how you boost the industry, bro. Thanks. You're a good guy.
Yeah, I'm a small little cog in a big fucking wheel, man. I'm just happy to speak to people.
Don't be humble.
I'm surprised people actually want to speak to me about the music and stuff, which is I'm forever grateful for, because it's dude, I'll be honest with you, and people know this that have listened to other podcasts that I've had prior to this one, is that I went through depression and know exactly how, not exactly how you felt, because you're on a different fucking plane altogether, but depression is depression regardless, and it hits in all formats and wherever you are and however you are, and I felt like nothing, as in, like, I mean, I felt human, but I felt like nothing. I wasn't worth anything. And that's what depression is, and it's a mind fuck. If you can get over it mentally, you're sound as a pound, but a lot of people don't. And thankfully, with the people around me that I have, the warden, my wife, and my 8-year-old, soon to be 9-year-old fucking thing going on bloody 20 years old. Jesus, the way she's carrying on. It's unbelievable. But I mean, this is what the podcast was to cure me, And
Dude,
and
that's awesome.
That's
what
exactly
good
what it is.
medicine.
Yeah, exactly. Music, man. Fucking hell. What a genius fucking thing. So it's
You know what music is, man? Music, it's like the only thing that no matter who you are, you can have.
Exactly.
You can have music. It doesn't require, you don't, I mean, okay, you can.
It
you
doesn't
buy
need a
albums.
bank statement. It doesn't need your fucking home electricity record or TV license.
You can
or,
sing.
Yeah.
Or you can listen to someone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like music is everywhere for everyone. And it's just such a
regardless of who you
beautiful,
are.
endless resource.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you things like that, something to hang on to in the dark times, dude. And I'm sorry to hear that you've been suffering. It's not easy, and it's crazy. Like life. If life doesn't drive you mad, I've got this theory. Like I went into Kenilworth Clinic in like 2012. I went into full on psych rehab. I had a total meltdown. Then frog marched me in catatonic, put me on meds, and I went through the program. And when I came out, one thing I'd learned is that the reason why I had a meltdown was because my tools for coping with life were out of date. I hadn't updated them. I'd walked out of high school thinking I knew everything, and I just hadn't learned new ways to overcome crazy shit that happens to you. And so, and I also realized that everyone should book into a psych rehab clinic at some point. Everyone. It doesn't matter if you're suffering from depression or any other issues. There's all sorts of a whole fruit salad of different issues that people had in there. Book yourself in. You will learn stuff and you will come out feeling strong. And you know what? My dad died the weekend after I came out of that clinic.
Fuck.
And I was ready. I was ready for it. Like I was sad, but I didn't suffer. I was just like, you know, I had enough time to say goodbye to him. We were by his deathbed, you know, very lucky in that regard, is that I got to have closure on that. Some people don't.
Yeah.
But like, man, I was like, this is crazy, and I'm really sad, really crushingly sad, but sad is healthy.
Yes.
You know,
I know
suffering
exactly
is
what
not.
you mean. I know exactly what you mean. My brother and I live in on the west coast in Langebaan, and Paul lives in Cape
Cool.
Town. And when my dad was suffering from, I think it was the prostate or pancreatic cancer, you know, I can't fucking remember. Not because I don't want to, it's because I actually just don't fucking remember. And I remember he was on his deathbed, and I got a phone call from my mom to say, you know, you better sort of like come to Cape Town and say goodbye kind of vibe. And I remember driving down to Cape Town and going, I'm ready for this. I've kind of, you know, it was a real quick transition from when he got diagnosed to when he died. It was less than 6 months. So it was like really quick. You know, it wasn't as if it was like 2-3 years. It was massively quick. And mentally, I was actually prepared. And we got there. Well, I got there. Paul was there, and his wife was there. My mom was there, and I remember leaning over to my dad, and you know, he was so cold. He had died already. You know, when I grabbed his hand and stroked his head, and I said to him, "Goodbye, thank you, and say hello to Grandpa for me." And we stayed in that room for about 2 or 3 hours, and my brother's wife, Joe, went out and got a bottle of Jack Daniels for us, and we sat in the room, and we basically regaled stories about his life and all the funny shit that he had done, all his words of wisdom, his pearls of wisdom, as we called them, and we had a fucking laugh. It was a joyous occasion, which is so fucking weird when people think about that. They'll listen to the game, that is so sad, but it wasn't. It was like, the dude's not suffering anymore. You know, he's.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird, man. It's just my fucking way of, I guess, handling with it. I don't know, but
it's rough, dude. It's a nothing prepares you for that kind of experience, and you know, you don't want to certainly diminish other people's very horrific traumatic experiences of their parents dying. I mean,
Absolutely.
I don't think there's a bigger trauma, really.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's nothing worse than losing someone that you love, or is a family member, or be it animal, cat, dog, canary, bird, whatever. You know, it doesn't matter. It still matters to that person, and yeah, no, absolutely. But let's get away from the doom and gloom, man. Yeah. Let's.
I got a nice segue.
Go on.
I got a bottle of Blanton's bourbon. It's my favorite bourbon in the whole world.
Blanton's bourbon. I've never heard
Listen
that
to
before.
this.
Oh, a cork bottle of bourbon.
I'm about to pour a little thing there.
A little snifter.
I've got it on whiskey rocks. You know those like old rock things so you don't water your whiskey down?
Yes. You just keep it nice and cool.
Yeah.
I've never been one for that.
Drink a toast to our fathers.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers.
This is for the dads. You know,
Absolutely.
we need more good dads in this world. So, you know, Slanjeva.
Skål.
Skål.
We
have a lot of Viking bands. Sorry, what?
My heritage is Viking, and my mother's Belgian. So skål and chin chin to the family in Belgium.
We have a lot of Viking bands in, like, you know, I don't know why, but like I think particularly Afrikaans people seem to have a kinship with Viking vibes, and I think we need to be more Viking-like in our relationship to death, where they were like, I live and I live well, and then I have a glorious death.
Yeah, that's it.
You know,
that's it. As
That's it.
Like I said earlier, I've got an 8-year-old going on 9-year-old going on 20-year-old, and she's like, she had a near-death experience. It could have been absolutely horrendous, but prior to this almost death experience, I will tell the story because it's funny as fuck, but not at the time.
Okay.
But with her, I chat to her about, we don't talk about religion. We don't talk about a dude up in the sky with a scraggly beard. Why is it got to be a dude? Why is it not a chick? Or why is it not a a hermaphrodite or whatever, a transgender, why
How
is
do
it
you
got to
know
be
it's
a
not?
dude? Yeah, exactly. Whatever.
Yeah.
Believe whatever you want to believe. That's your story. And I say to her, our heritage is that we are Vikings. It can be traced, right? So I say to her, you know what happens when you die? And she's like, no. And I said, okay. So the Valkyrie come down and they come and take you away, and they lead you to the Great Hall. You get to the Great Hall and Valhalla, and you sit there with all your loved ones that have passed on, that have died gloriously in our world, and you have a never-ending party with them. Whatever you want it to be, that's exactly what it is. And there's no sugarcoating and whatever like that. And she believes it. And why the hell not? If that's what your belief is, then so be it. I don't believe in just one God personally. I believe in several. There's one for earth, there's one for fire, there's one for rain and plants and whatever else. Fuck whatever. And she was riding her bike, and this is what led up to this little segue. And she was riding her bike around this park, and she was going down a fairly steep hill towards the beach, and she was heading towards a two boom gates, steel gates that were blocking her pathway, and she pulled on the brakes, and the brakes didn't work. And she was heading towards it, and afterwards I was speaking to her about it, and I said to her, so what happened? And she said, Daddy, you won't believe it, but the Valkyries came and guided me. And I and I just I said, that's my fucking little warrior, my fucking Viking girl. And she said, I saw the boom gates coming close to me, and there was a piece of metal sticking out on one side. And I said, well, there's only one way for it, and that is I had to steer over to the left and duck down and fall down. And she had time to think of this, and it was a blink of an eye because I wasn't there. My wife was there, and a friend was there, Diane. And they both just said it was in a split second she did this, and it was absolutely done to perfection. She tilted over to the left, and she ducked under, and she fell off a bike and landed on the sand. And she scraped a knee and stuff like that. And she said the Valkyrie angels came and guided me, and it's lucky I didn't go see Grandpa Frank. And I was like, that's my fucking girl right there. Absolute genius.
I love Grandpa, but I'd rather just catch up with him a bit later.
Exactly. I'd like to live a little bit longer than just 9 years. Well, 8 years at that time. Brilliant.
Your kid sounds like a real cool little kid, man.
Dude, you should see this little chick, man. She's on Minecraft. And dude, I taught her how to play Minecraft. She's surpassed me in every single fucking level. She does coding on Minecraft. She does all these weird, she goes into what they call creative mode. And you can use all the blocks and all the shit to make funny shit happen. I don't know. I can't explain. I'm too fucking old. But
dude, I relate. So my girlfriend. Okay, so I'm a gamer. Like I play.
I'm a gamer too. I used to test games. Woohoo!
Oh man, that is the job. How do I get into that thing? Oh my god, I'd love to be a game tester, dude. I mean, I'm. It's like. If you're doing the work anyway, you might as well get paid for it.
Exactly, and that was my life for a year and a half, almost 2 years in London. Yeah, that was my job.
Oh man, what a gig! But so like I love like running around. It's the usual for me. First person, I want to shoot demons. I want to just guts and blood and violence. I want violence, and I feel nice when there's violence. I feel good. Okay. And it relaxes me after a day of clients, and so now my girlfriend.
That makes more sense to me.
Yeah, and like now my girlfriend comes and she has no history of being a gamer. Like I grew up with my brother handed his Atari down to me. I've had video games forever. She hasn't had anything really like that, and so I went through like this whole process of trying to get her into stuff because I'm just playing games and she's sitting there. I wanted to try and include her. So
yeah, absolutely.
So I tried all the obvious stuff. So it was like, okay, try this. Let's play Lego Star Wars. Because you press 2 buttons and it's for like ages 3 and up. You'll get it.
Yeah.
And it didn't really stick. And she's like, oh, maybe we can try like something a little bit more, I don't know, like the original Doom. So we played a bit of original Doom. No, it didn't. Okay, no, I want to snipe people. So we tried a snipey game. It didn't work. Platformers and all these things, strategy games, like all this, and nothing stuck. And then I'm on my Steam queue and I'm going through it, and like I come across this game, and for some, you know, Steam feeds you like weird games. It's, Right now, it's just giving me nothing but like anime, hentai, porn
I've
games.
seen that as
I don't
well
know
on my
why.
Steam. I was looking today and I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't ask for this shit.
Yeah, I'm spending a lot of money. Anyway,
But it's so well priced though. That's the thing. That's the scary. You
says
can
me
buy
this-
games for under 100 rand. What the fuck, man?
but it says me this game called House Flipper. And it's this game where you before you call, like, so this is my reaction. I see this thing and like it's a game where you get a shitty house and you go in and you clean it. You love it? Okay, so like this is my reaction.
Played it
So,
before
like,
we came on air.
no way.
I
So you
fucking
gotta like
swear.
you gotta like squeegee the windows and mop the floor and
I just
paint
wanna
the
see what
walls
my-
and mow the grass.
You know the reason why I
like-
do it?
it's
I just
the-
want to know what my wife goes through.
Oh my god. That's funny. But I look at this game and I'm like, they've taken all the most boring aspects of life and turned it into a game. Who the hell in there? What kind of psychopath?
Me.
What kind of absolute, like, wretched soul would want to spend valuable life on this game?
I've got all the DLCs.
Trev.
I've got all the fucking. I've got it on PlayStation 4. I've got it
Yeah.
on PlayStation 3 for the 8-year-old. She plays it. She can't. Yeah, I play it. I'm sorry to say, I play it. I love it. I played it before
Well,
we
long
came on
story.
air.
My girlfriend looks at, she's like, oh, me, please, can I flip houses, please? So I had to buy it for, you know, and it's like literally the only game that's stuck. So like here I am, like, and every time she wants to play it, I have to like relinquish my
What's her
PC,
name?
You know, and it's Shell. Her name
Shell.
is Shell.
You
and
must
she's sitting
try
on the
Train
couch just
Station
nearby.
Renovation.
Okay, Trev says you got to play Train Station Renovation, baby.
Yep.
Oh, she asks if you've tried Planet Zoo.
Yes.
You
I
build
got
a
it.
zoo.
I got it.
He's got it. Okay, you guys need to hook up on whatever weird little like lame.
Yeah.
fucking
My
game
Steam account
server.
is Lone Wolf 666, I think.
You guys, I don't know if I can talk to you, Trev, anymore.
I love that game, House
Have,
Flipper.
have some
It's so
personal
fucking
pride,
sad.
man.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I fucking love that game, man.
Yeah, no judgment, man. It's actually, to be quite honest, I watched her kind of building the house a bit, and you know, and then I was like, "Can I have a go?"
No. Put these tiles in the bathroom. Don't use that. No. You want no. Forget. Oh.
Like, you're not going to put that cabinet there, are you? I'm like, yes,
Exactly.
I am.
No.
And
Buy
this is
that
gonna be
other
a
double bed.
feature
That nice
wall.
one. That really the big one that's low down. Yeah, feng shui. Come on, man.
Like, this will be the music room where all the music happens.
And I do that. I buy a house. I gut it out. I take all the walls down, and I go down to the basement and I create a massive big party room.
We're about to do that in real life. We've got a plumber coming in to rip up our bathroom soon.
Oh,
And it's my worst.
Cena.
I hate anything to do with changing your house. I like things to stay as they are. You know?
But if
I
you
don't-
can make
I'm
it
a set and
awesome,
forget
why not?
guy. No. It stresses me out, dude. Costs so much money, and like I just suck at home.
Dude, you need
The only
you need to-
DIY I like is music.
You need to speak to Paul, man. Seriously, because he does project management of that sort of stuff.
Oh man, I'll get him in. He
You need to speak to him
revolutionize our
seriously
space.
because he like. Can you imagine having a musician do your music room or your party room?
But I want him to come in like anytime he's angle grinding or using one of his power tools. He must come and do it at our place so we can record it and use it as the next Sundergeist single.
I think what you might hear is, oh, for fuck's sakes, God,
No, that'll
Jesus.
stay in.
God damn it, Jesus.
And that's pretty much how I do my lyrics anyway.
Then he's your guy. He's definitely your go-to mobile fucking whatever. I'm running out of jack.
Oh,
Okay,
Paul.
I've got to pour myself another one.
I'm double parking again.
Oh, you still got your wine. What's with that, man?
I know. Look, I mean, I savor things. I like to savor things. I'm still going through my Doritos as well.
You got to do what you got to do.
Trev, I'm having such a blast, dude.
Yeah, and this is awesome. This is the most
Yeah, man.
unprepared I've been for a chat, but the most fun I've had so far.
Hey, man, let it ramble. You know, this is great because I'm kind of getting some much needed social time as well. And like one of my favorite things is going out and just meeting new folks and like hearing what they're all about. So this is, I guess, the best lockdown appropriate proxy of that.
Absolutely. So, I mean, let's talk about now about, Jesus, dude, you sent me your personal bio, okay, your website and
Yeah.
EPK for Sundergeist and so on. But the stuff that you've been involved in, you've done films, short films, you've done photography, and some of those photographs, my wife was like, damn, that's a bit risque. And I was like, damn right it is. And she's like, tell him to send you the high-res picture. I was like, hang on, don't be so filthy. Photo shoots, and
there's boobs on their website.
So on. There is boobs, people. If you want to see some boobs, go to the website.
I like shooting boudoir and burlesque stuff. It's really,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's good fun, man. And like, I know a lot of really cool women who are just, so my friends are actually in a burlesque troupe, Black Orchid Burlesque. And like I've done some fun shoots with them, and they've always been very like obliging and comfortable with me. And it means a lot to me to just like,
who's the one that you did with all the tattoos on the back?
That is my ex-girlfriend, Natalie. She just got that back piece done. That's with all the birds and the flowers and things.
Right. On
her back. Yeah. She's got that like amazing back piece, which it was quite new at the time, and I thought it would be quite fun to commemorate.
Yeah, House Flipper's much better. Sorry, what's the name of your missus right now? Your girlfriend?
Shell.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down so I can give her a shout out a little later, but when I finish the conversation, man. Lone Wolf.
Sure.
666. Okay.
Michelle Blankenberg, soon to be Dr. Blankenberg. She's doing
Dr.
a PhD.
Blankenberg. Ooh, I see.
Yes, everybody. My girlfriend's about to get her PhD.
Oh, go on,
brainiac.
Dr. Behave.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm going to be like, Doctor, I need you to come and take my temperature.
Give me the news. Oh, classic, man. That is so rad. So what is she studying?
She is a conservation biologist. So
wow.
basically, she is studying how fucked we are as a human race.
Do we need a doctor to tell us that?
Apparently, yes. Have you seen the country called America?
Is the correct answer? Oh, America. Jesus.
Let's not get started there because I think that's a rabbit hole.
That's a whole new podcast.
We can go there if you want. My God, dude. I'm so disappointed with Jamiroquai.
Don't forget to delete WhatsApp, people, and Facebook and Instagram while you're at it. In fact, don't use
move
Windows.
over to Parler. I hear that Parler is very open-minded, especially if you're like, on the LGBTQ plus spectrum.
God, people
that's a joke, by the way.
Yeah, people are fucking stupid.
Sorry, we got sidetracked. What were we talking about? Oh my God.
We're talking about your films and your photography and your ads and all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, you said you were in Australia and you did a course there and everything like that and so on. So how did that all sort of come about, the film shoots and stuff like that?
Well, thanks for asking. Yeah. So I've always had an interest in film, and in 2007, I went over to Australia to study at the International Film School, Sydney, which was a real life-changing experience. It was unbelievable to just be there, and I really got the load. It was the most empowering course for a person who wants to be a filmmaker. I came out of there just feeling invincible. I came back here. I've been working in commercials for some time, and primarily doing post stuff and things like that. But I have directed a few things. I like to work with my friend Tim Leybrandt from Infanteria. He's you know him?
I just had an orgasm. Infanteria. Oh,
yes.
God, I've been hounding Chris to get a conversation with him.
Right. Chris he's overseas now.
Yeah, he's in the UK. Yeah. He just doesn't come back to me. Maybe I can speak to your buddy about doing a podcast with him.
You know, I can't recommend Tim enough. He really is just one of my favorite human beings.
I was just going to say, you can't recommend Tim. It's like, God damn it, not another one out of Infanteria that is just so impossible to get in hold of.
No, Tim, he's a solid human being. I'm sure he'll have some amazing things to say. I'm sure he'll have some very exciting news for you. I'm not going to let the cat out the bag.
Aren't they releasing an album soon or something?
Oh, it's not for me
album?
to say. It's not for me to say, Trev.
Oh, you're in the know. I've got a friend,
Yeah.
Gilby, who
Yeah.
is absolutely mad about Infanteria, and
I know of Gilby.
yeah, Gilby, yeah. Fuck, man, he's a monster. But anyway, okay,
Dude,
sorry. No, we digress.
but-
This is all a digression. I feel like I have ADHD after this conversation, man, because I'm all over the fucking.
It's
place.
contagious.
It is. It is. It's,
I've
it's
infected
like
you.
COVID ADHD 19.
Yes.
Anyway, we were talking about films and yeah. Carry on.
Film.
I digress
I think-
completely, man. Sorry.
It's all good, man. I think all I want to say about the film thing is that I think one of my kind of strong points is music videos and things like that. And I've been having a lot of fun this last month putting my live set together for Summerfest 21.
Oh, yes, Summerfest.
Yeah, which is coming up on the 30th of Jan. Yeah, and
Wow.
it's very exciting. Like, you know, it's weird moving to a purely online format, but you know, I really thought the last one was a lot of fun, had a lot of potential, and I feel
Talking
like
about you're talking about the Winterfest that they had on Discord and
Correct.
so on. Yeah, that was
correct.
brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, it had like a couple of gremlins, but
Of course.
overall, I had a good day, man. It was cool. Lots of good content.
It was
The
so
bands were
many
just
hours of
killing it.
just awesomeness.
Yeah, it's hard to approximate the live feel. You never will.
Yeah.
So it's got to move into more of a content-based stuff. And so I've been trying
Absolutely.
to just conjure up 20 minutes, 25 minutes of like a nice condensed set. There's 4 songs of Sundergeist's album that I've performed, and I had to convert myself into a full band for this video. Man, it's a trip.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I saw some of the I saw some on Facebook, some of the clips that you did and behind the scenes stuff. So I mean, that was bloody good.
I'll tell you one thing. Like, if people aren't going to come to watch the Sundergeist one, come to watch the Mind Assault video.
Oh, really?
Patrick sent me a little snippet of what he's been working on there, and I think it's going to be killer, man. Like,
I have a podcast with Patrick a couple of days before Summerfest, and
Right.
we are going to hopefully get Mind Assault on there as well.
fantastic, dude. Yeah, Patrick, I'm sure we'll have some illuminating things to share. I love.
He is
being
a
in his
busy
presence. He really-
motherfucker, that guy.
He is. He needs to clone himself. Like, I cloned myself for this band. He needs to multiply himself into like 10 Shadow Patricks, just to take care of what he does, man. I don't know how he does it.
It's like it's like I have the same conversation with Devo from Devo Graphic PR and so
Yeah.
on. Yeah. I call him the octopus. Him and Warren Gibson from Mongrel and from Plug Music Agency. They're both the same, man. They're like fucking octopus. They got 3 hearts and 8 arms, and they're just juggling everything. I think Patrick is in the same league. He's probably beyond. He's probably the one that's pulling the master. He's the master of puppets.
That's
pulling
it.
the strings of the octopus, I reckon.
There is a difference, and anyone can tell it. The difference between a person who loves what they do,
Yeah.
who's passionate and who will suffer for it, and someone who is in it for another reason, whatever that reason may be.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. Okay, so we're going to start closing up now. And I just want to find out, Rick, other than the Summerfest and you catching up on Walking Dead and Shell playing House Flipper, yeah, go Shell! Redesign that fucking house, man. Make it sell for millions. What's gonna happen in 2021? Is there, or 2022 even? Is there going to be new stuff released, or what's the story?
So there are 2 areas that I'm going to be focusing in for Sundergeist in terms of my plan for absolute world domination.
Nice.
The first step, I think I've touched on, it's going to be the collaborations. I'm going to be talking to Robin Ferguson. I want
Nice.
to talk to the guys from Mutable. There's an amazing human being called Stanley Sibande that I'm just in awe of, and he's a trip, man. Like grunge, acoustic grunge, but like there's just so much heart there. I can't even describe, and more. There's a few other people that I'm flirting with right now. Collabs. I'm also going to be looking at a project that I've been wanting to do for a long time, which is going to be looking at bands that I love. So I'm going to be kind of picking who I deal with here. Bands that have released a killer single, like local South African bands specifically.
Right, nice.
A killer single that it could have been years ago, it could have been a recent one, but it's a single that's begging for a remix in the kind of vein of Charlie Clouser, Nine Inch Nails, that kind of thing. You know how Nine Inch Nails puts out like a reimagined version of their songs every now and again. I think that some of our local artists could do with their hot single getting a second life that way. And I would like to put the Sundergeist remix together for them. So there's a bit of that going on. And then the third area is, it's quite weird, but on my website, RIC-SHIELDS.com, there is a short film that I shot in Australia many years ago called Blood Rush. And it's an urban vampire story. It's very cool. Go check it out if you guys are listening. And the soundtrack of that actually is a Sundergeist. It's a purely original Sundergeist OST. I got a weird little comment on the YouTube thing recently from some guy in London saying, "Yo, the soundtrack is boss. Where can I get it?" And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I love the soundtrack that I wrote for this film, and I'm going to put that out as a Sundergeist official release.
Fuck yes.
It's purely instrumental. Yeah. So it's like if you want music to go out and like catch people and drag them back to your house and drink their blood too, this is the soundtrack.
Come have my blood. I'm ready for it. Nice. Fucking
It's more of like it's more like, yeah, mate. I shot in Australia. Yeah, mate. Let's go drink some blood, mate.
Oh, yeah, let's go down to the barbie and have a couple of pints of blood, mate.
Go tap a vein there.
That vein looks bloody smart.
fucking nice, man.
Terrible
Well,
Aussie
Rick,
impersonation
I'm
on my
super
part.
stoked that that the album has been released, Hindsight, and like I said earlier, it touches fucking every nerve, every fiber, every being within me. It's like you made it for me personally, man, and oh, it's fucking beautiful. I really do love it, and I'm just gonna check my Talk to Trev playlist now, and let's just see where you are. I think, what did I choose? Damn it, where are you?
Oh yeah, I'd be interested because everyone's got a different favorite track. There's no like discernible favorite single off the album. Everyone loves a different one, you know?
I haven't chosen one yet. Okay, let's go to Sundergeist.
Oh.
I'm gonna do it right fucking now, man. Okay, here we go.
Do it on live. Do it
I'm
live.
gonna doing it right now, man.
We're gonna do it live.
We're gonna do it live, motherfucker. Here
I
we
want
go.
to know which
Yeah.
song of Hindsight is your favorite to go on your playlist.
It's over Jehovah.
I'm eating my chips in trepidation.
It's over Jehovah. That's the one that's going on. That's the one I
That is
fucking
so
love.
interesting. You know, I
What?
spoke to Warren Gibson the other day,
Yeah.
and he said that that's his fave as well.
You see now, I think the same way. There we go. Talk to Trev the podcast years playlist on Spotify has now included. Where? There we go. Okay, it's Over Jehovah by Sundergeist off the Hindsight album, and you can get it on all DSPs and wherever else. And I'll link everything in the description below, so you can go like, love, share, and care, and do whatever it is that you need to do. Go like the album, people. Go buy it. Go do whatever it is that you need to do. Is it on Bandcamp and all that sort of stuff?
It's on Bandcamp. It's on Spotify. As far as I understand, it's on all major streaming platforms.
Okay, cool.
Ready to rock and roll. So please give it a listen. Pirate it. Send it to your friends. Like, I don't care. You know, I'm not doing this for the money.
Do
like,
the
wanna
artist a
reach people.
favor and go over to Bandcamp and do the right thing and fucking buy it. You know, that
people
helps
want
the artist
to-
the most.
Yeah. If they want to fling money my way, all people need to know is that all that money is getting siphoned into a pot, and when the pot is big enough, a proper music video is going to be shot. Hopefully
There you
this
go,
year.
people. You're helping the cause. There you go. We want a Sundergeist video. Absolutely. Well, Rick, thank you
Also
so much
hookers
for
and blow.
hookers and blow, baby. We need some more hookers and blow.
I'm just kidding.
Step Brothers. That movie just cracks me up. Jesus fucking Christ.
Do not touch my drum set. How many
How
times did you say that to Paul?
Fucking
Don't touch my drum set!
I didn't touch it. I touched my ball sack.
Trev, I gotta say, man, this has been such a trip, dude. Thank you so much for humbling me and showing an interest in this thing. You know, honestly, this is the greatest thing I've ever done. It's the most important creative piece of work I've ever put out into the world, and it is the most aligned I've ever felt in my creative purpose in this short time that I'm alive. So from the bottom of my heart, really thank you for connecting with the music, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk about this thing that I love so much. I can't
The
think
pleasure
of anything
is all
better.
mine, man, Rick, because it is long may it live, the album, and long may you live, man. And I look forward to whatever you're going to release next, or whatever collab that you're going on. But above all, Summerfest, I'm looking forward to having a day out with my friends via the interwebs and watching some, well, not just some, all the awesome bands that are going to be on display, man. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me and shoot the shit, as it were.
Yeah, dude, I've had such a good time. Next time I'm in Lagaban, I'm gonna come look you up, man.
Fucking A. I'll take that as a threat, man.
Yeah, man. Just as long as Becky Clele doesn't come and search my boot when I'm driving there.
I'd like to see that fucking guy run on the beach. I'll pay for that shit, I'll tell you. Jeez.
Yeah.
People are listening to this podcast and what the fuck is this going about? Okay, don't worry,
Yeah,
people.
your
it's-
internationals are like, what?
Yeah. What the running on the beach? It's not David Hasselhoff. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway. Cool, man. Listen, Rick, thanks so much, man. Keep safe. And to Shells, Lone Wolf 666. Okay. Don't forget now.
Right on. Okay, I'll tell you.
Alrighty, Rick.
You guys
Keep
can
well,
go.
man.
You
Have a
can
good
build
weekend.
a little shack together or something.
I don't think I could live such close proximity to a PhD, man. I think it would drive me nuts. Have a great
All right,
weekend,
Trev.
man.
Big love, dude.
Absolutely, brother. Keep well, man.
Catch you later.